We are now pleased to welcome His Excellency Mr. Peter Varghese, the Australian High Commissioner to India. Having taken up his posting here as recently as August 2009, Mr. Varghese was previously High Commissioner to Malaysia, and during his long and varied career has also spent time as the head of the International Division at the Department of the Prime Minister and Cabinet in Canberra. Asha has enjoyed a strong relationship with the Australian High Commission for over 10 years, and since his appointment, His Excellency has been an ardent supporter of our work. Showing a particular interest in our higher education programme, he has been a strong advocate in Asha's efforts to build relationship with Australia and has been faithful in his personal involvement, visiting the homes of a number of our students here tonight. And now, Your Excellency Mr. Varghese, please do us the honour of addressing the audience.
Thank you very much, Anjali, to our chief guest, the Honourable Kapil Sibal, the Minister for Human Resources and Development, to the Honourable Alex Chernoff, the Chancellor of Melbourne University, to Dr. Kiran Martin, the founder and director of Asha, to Dr. Susan Elliott, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Melbourne University, and to Dr. Dinesh Singh, the Vice Chancellor of Delhi University. Particularly to the 218 Asha students who are here this evening, to the members of the Asha community. Can I, at the outset, say how delighted I am to be part of the launch of this flagship program, to thank Dr. Martin for her invitation to participate in this important event. Of course, an invitation from Dr. Martin is not really something where you have an option to say no, and nor would I have wanted to exercise it. In the 18 months that I've been here in Delhi, I have been not just impressed by the work of Asha, but inspired by what it is doing, and even more so by what it intends to do. I think starting small in 1988 in one Delhi slum and now touching the lives of some 400,000 people in 50 slums is already a remarkable achievement. And there are many aspects, I think, to the Asha story. It's a story about commitment, about tenacity, about vision. But most of all, it's a story about transformation, and particularly the transformative power of education. For me, the significance of Asha's work is that it lies at the intersection of public policy and personal responsibility. The Indian growth story today attracts an enormous amount of global attention. And it originates in the big public policy decisions which were made some 20 years ago, decisions about the market economy, about dismantling the licensed Raj, about giving space to the entrepreneurial skills of Indian business. And these decisions since then have replaced the so-called Hindu rate of growth with what is now the second fastest growing large economy in the world. And along the way, it has lifted literally hundreds of millions of Indians out of poverty. And while the ingredients of economic success are not unique to India, India's growth story has been a very Indian story. Unlike many other Asian success stories, India found democracy before it found economic success. And perhaps more than any other emerging economy, India has put the issue of inclusive growth at the centre of both its politics and its economics. It has understood better than most that the objective of growth is not a GDP figure or a foreign investment number, but an improvement in the quality of life for its citizens and particularly its most disadvantaged citizens. And it is here where the ground-level work of Asha and the more abstract world of public policy intersect. Asha is about changing lives by changing circumstances, and central to that strategy is education. Education as the key to broadening horizons, education as a means of unlocking ambition, and education as a pathway to employment with the financial security and the personal dignity which comes from holding a good job. And what an eloquent testimony we had to all of that from Sneha with her experience. So it's entirely appropriate that the so-called Asha model in education, in health, in women's empowerment should be the subject of serious academic study by the Hon'ble Institute, supported by the Australia-India Institute. And from the perspective of someone tasked with managing the overall relationship between Australia and India, I'm delighted that the Australia-India Institute has chosen this area as one of its flagship programs. It takes us into a space where, frankly, governments cannot really go, and that is building bonds between communities. There are many good and big things that the governments of Australia and India are doing to build the ties between our two countries. Economic ties, trade and investment ties, political and strategic links, multilateral cooperation. These are important, but they are far from sufficient. A partnership also requires a connection between the two societies, peoples, and between the two societies, nations. And that is why the work of the Australian-India Institute is so important. It can help to build these connections. It can help generate a broad-based understanding of each other. At the community level, neither Australia nor India have more than a partial understanding of the other, of what drives our societies, about how we see the world, about our foundation values. And until we do glimpse this broader picture, ours will be a relationship well short of its potential. What we aspire to is a relationship which is more than just the sum of its parts, a relationship which is a meeting not just of interests, but also of minds and indeed of hearts. So I congratulate Asha, the Australia-India Institute, the Hon'ble Institute for this flagship project. I wish it well. It is an important further step in bringing our countries closer together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Varghese. After many months of hard work, numerous discussions and the contribution of a significant number of people who are leaders and experts in their field, a program has been designed which will go a step further in opening the doors of future possibilities to Delhi's slum dwellers and prove a significant investment in Delhi's development. The moment has arrived when Asha and the Australia-India Institute can proudly join hands and launch this flagship program. I would like to invite the Honourable Shri Kapil Sibal, Dr. Kiran Martin and Mr. Alex Chernov to come forward for the launch. I now request the Honourable Shri Sibal to release the flagship program. I would now like to invite His Excellency Mr. Peter Varghese, Vice-Chancellor Dinesh Singh and Deputy Vice-Chancellor Susan Elliott to join our other guests here at the front for a photograph. Now we come to our scholarship ceremony. We have sent almost 400 Asha students to university to date, and tonight we will be awarding scholarships to those students as they progress into their next year of study at Delhi University and other professional colleges. Asha has provided educational scholarships to these students to cover university expenses such as college tuition fees, books, clothes, and travel. Due to time constraints, we are unable to have every single student up on stage, so what you will be seeing is a small sample group. This group represents a wide variety of courses and colleges that these children have been accepted into, many of remarkable prestige. We will be calling them in groups of 12, and one student will receive the certificates on behalf of their group. You will hear each student's name, slum colony, college and course in that order. May I request that you honour them by giving each batch a good round of applause. It was after visiting an Asha area in 2009 that Sri Kapil Sibal requested that Asha begin working in the slums in his own constituency. This very first batch are all children from these new slum areas, such as Piragari, N86 Lawrence Road and Golden Park. Their achievement is even more remarkable given the length of time that Asha's programs have been available to them. I would like to invite the Honourable Sri Kapil Sibal to come and present them with their scholarship certificates. I also request His Excellency Mr. Peter Varghese to accompany the Honourable Minister. Anand, Lawrence Road Slum Colony, B.R.M. Baker College, BCom Honours. Anil, Piragari Camp, Rajdhani College, Political Science Honours. Soni, Indira Basti, Kalindi College, Hindi Honours. Mohammed Jamshed, Govindpuri, Acharya Narayan Dev College, BSc Life Science. Monica, Piragari, Sarvodaya Nursing Institute, General Nursing and Midwifery. Lalit, Piragari Camp. Ramlal Anand College, Hindi Honours. Vikas, Golden Park, YMCA, Hotel and Catering Management. Poonam, Piragari Camp. Sarvodaya Nursing Institute, General Nursing and Midwifery. Vishal, Piragari Camp. YMCA, Hotel and Catering Management. Ravi, Lawrence Road. Ramlal Anand College, Hindi Honours. Rekha, Dera Ghazi Khan, SPM, BA Program. Sneha, Lawrence Road. Shivaji College, Hindi Honours. The next batch of students that I would like to call on stage exemplify the range of courses and colleges that characterize our higher education cohort this year.